Okay, friends, welcome to music. It's good to see you all today. Here's what we're going to be doing today. First, we're going to make sure our instruments are tuned, both our violins and our guitars. Then we are going to start learning the Mariachi Lesson 5 songs. There are 3 of them that we're going to look at today. We're going to listen to them, then we'll play through them, and then you'll have those for practice. You will be choosing one of the lesson 5 songs for your Flipgrid performance on March 29th. That's coming up, so that's why we want to begin practicing now. You can choose any of these 3 songs, and there's an additional 3 songs that we're going to get to next week that you can also try. But I recommend, if you're having any trouble with these, to pick one of these 3 and to work on that for the extra week, so that on March 29th, you can have your Flipgrid performance completed. And what you're going to be doing for that is you will announce which song you're going to play, and then you'll play one of the songs while showing your instrument. That's the main part that I want you to focus on, is making sure that your instrument is in the screen, because otherwise I can't really see how you're playing the notes. I can hear how you're playing the notes, but I can't see. So that, again, though, that's not due until March 29th. Homework. If you are not here currently, you will have to go online to March 15th Mariachi lesson, watch the video, and leave a comment. And that's all we're doing today. So let's transition over to, not WeVideo, but our Mueller Charter Mariachi. Okay, Mariachi. We'll scroll all the way to the bottom. All right. So you'll see up here in the corner, it says lesson 5. Like I mentioned, there's actually another page of lesson 5 songs that we'll work on next week. But the 3 we're working on today are the ones at the beginning of the lesson 5. So last week, we reviewed all of our fingerings for all of the notes that we know so far. So this week, we are going to be going through and trying to play these songs. So what I'll do is I will play them each for you so you know what they sound like. And then I'll send you into your practice rooms to practice whichever ones. Well, actually, I would like you to practice all 3 of them today. We'll start with Arando al Campo, then I'll bring you back. Then I'll send you off. We'll do Paseo de Patitos. Then you'll come back, and then I'll send you off, and you'll do Sobran Cinco. So that will take pretty much the entire time today. Let's make sure our instruments are tuned before we get to that. So here we go. Guitar, tuning the guitar. Please be tuning your guitar while we are watching this video.
Okay, friends, we are going to start by tuning the guitar. The strings are E, A, D, G, B, and E. And we're starting with the lowest string, which is the string that is closest to your face. So taking a look at my tuner app, you'll see that as I'm talking, the numbers are jumping all around because my voice isn't one consistent note. When my voice stops, when I start to play the instrument, you'll see the green highlight the correct note. So what we're looking for here is an E. sounds a little bit low. Let's look at it again. We're still in the green, but it's a little low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the tuner peg so the string tightens. The way to tighten is to turn the peg further away from you. That's better. Okay. And next we have the D string. That one's looking pretty good. Next, the G string. Also right on. B. There we go. And finally, the top string, the highest string, E. That was a little high. I'm going to tune it so that I'm loosening the string slightly to take the pitch lower. You loosen by turning the peg counterclockwise. I've gone a little too far. Let's go back clockwise. There we go. And we have our tuned guitar. Okay, friends.
All right, that's our guitar tuning video. Hopefully our guitars are now tuned. Let's look at violin.
So now using the piano tuner, we are going to tune our violin. As you can see, as I'm talking, my voice isn't staying at one steady pitch. So the piano tuner is shifting back and forth and it's not staying at any note. We are going to be playing our strings and focusing on the green highlight to go over the correct note. So for the violin, we're going to be playing string G, D, A, and finally E. G is going to be the lowest note, and it's going to be the closest to your face when you are holding the violin in a horizontal way. When you have the violin up to your chin, it's going to be the string that is closest to your ear. And then the final string, which is the highest string, is going to be the string that is closest to your chin. But for tuning purposes, I'm going to hold the violin in a horizontal way. This keeps it a little bit easier in my hands, and I can then go ahead and do my tuning. So, first note for the violin is G. Let's listen. So as you can see, we're heading a little bit over an E. E is lower than G, E, F, G. So we need to tighten the string. Now for the violin, please do not ever touch the pegs at the top. Those are just for restringing and major tuning changes. Instead, we're going to be using the screws at the bottom underneath your bridge. To tighten the string, you're going to turn the screw clockwise. To loosen the string, you're going to turn the screw counterclockwise. And it's the same for all four strings. So again, we're looking for G. We need to tighten. Getting closer. Almost. next string. The next string is D. Right now we're situated between C and B, so let's keep moving in a clockwise motion to tighten the string. First. There we go. Listen one more time. Perfect. D. Next string is going to be the A. We're closer to a G, so we need to tighten again. There we go. All right, so we've got our first three strings. Our final string is E, the highest string. Let's listen. Again, the E string is a little low, so turning clockwise. All right, and once you have all four of your strings, go back and check them all. So now using the...
All right, we're all tuned. I'm going to add this to the chat box. Where's that? Okay, here we go. Chat. Everyone. Please go to this website so you can be practicing and you have the sheet music up on your screen, especially because I know that my screen has been kind of laggy. So I'm not sure if you can really see it from my screen. So go ahead, click on the link that I just sent everybody. And then let me put you into breakout rooms. I have 2 breakout rooms. Sign automatically. All right, I will be in about 3 to 4 minutes to check in on you. And actually, I'm not going to come in. I'm going to bring you guys back and ask how the practicing went for Arando el Campo, plowing of the fields. Before we do that, let's listen to it. Arando el Campo. That is track 25.
1, 2, ready, play.
All right. So this might be a challenge as far as reading the notes goes. That's okay. Just do your very best. Next week, we'll go through and double check all of the notes. But right now, I want you to be experimenting and trying your best with what information we have here and what we've already learned. So breakout rooms, here you go. Okay. We're moving on to our next song now. Paseo de Patitos, Parade of Ducklings. Let's listen to what this song sounds like. This is track 26.
1, 2, ready, play.
So one thing to point out, violins, similarly to the first song, this one is marked as pizzicato, which means you're plucking your string rather than using your bow. So the first two songs, Arando el Campo, and Paseo de Patitos, both of those, you're plucking your strings instead of using a bow. And you can tell that based on the PIZZ, that stands for pizzicato. The little dots underneath all of your notes, those mean staccato or pizzicato, very short. And also you can see that there are no bow markings written in for you. So those are the three ways you know that you don't need to use your bow. All right, Paseo de Patitos, go ahead. This one has a little bit more jumps in it than our first song, so be careful. For example, going from F sharp to D, that happens a couple of times. So let's go ahead and break out. All right, so we have one more song that we are going to be working on today. Sobrang Cinco. So I hope that the Parade of Ducklings was good for you. Again, we will go over those notes a little bit more clearly next week. This is your challenge. For Sobrang Cinco, you are going to be playing arco for violin, which means bowing. So pizzicato means plucking your string, and arco means bowing. So you can see you have your bow markings. You're starting with a down bow, and then up, then down, then up. So the V is an up bow, and the little table is a down bow. Let's listen to what this one sounds like. Track 27.
1, 2, ready, play.
So as you can hear, this one doesn't really have any skips. They're all steps. And it's really playing repetitive scale type song. So let's go ahead and go into our breakout rooms for this last one. When you come back again, we'll have a short conversation about any questions you have for these three songs, and then we'll be all done.